What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the God Next podcast. I'm your host, Mitchell Baldwin. My co-host, Donovan Moore.
Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
Got another football episode coming for y'all, man. Say what's up to Ben and Bellows. Nate Ash back on the show with us today. How you feeling, B?
Thanks for having me. Good to be back. We're 2 weeks away from the start of the season. Can it come any faster?
Pause. So the next, so for this episode, man, we're gonna be going through and predicting each NFL award for this season. Who's gonna win Offensive Player of the Year? Who's gonna win MVP, Defensive Player of the Year? Everything like that, and everything in between. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all that type of stuff. And let's get into the intro.
Yo, turn it up, Sly. I can't hear nothing.
All right, so with our 2022 award predictions, we're going to start with Comeback Player of the Year. So I'm trying to literally right now think about who got hurt last year that was, a big-time player.
For my answer for this one, I think everybody might pick this one. I'm going to pick Christian McCaffrey. I just want to be the first to be able to say that.
Yeah, I was going to say either Saquon or Christian McCaffrey, but I'll go with Christian McCaffrey just because I feel like Saquon's probably going to get hurt again.
Yeah, I feel like Saquon's definitely more likely to get hurt again out of the two. So I'm going to go with McCaffrey this year.
I'm going to actually go with Saquon. Just Christian McCaffrey gets hurt every year. Same as Saquon, honestly. But I feel like Saquon going into a contract year, a new offensive system. The Giants still suck, but they did make minor improvements to their bad offensive line. I feel like Saquon could – this is what, like his second year coming off that ACL injury. I feel like, that second year is when players kind of get back to the form they once were. So I think Saquon will have a pretty good bounce back year this year, and I actually think he'll get it.
I was going to also suggest it could possibly be Lamar because he missed the last 5 games of last year, but I don't know if that's really enough because Christian McCaffrey and Saquon both missed way more. But, yeah, that's my prediction. It's going to be C-Mac. Next, we got Offensive Rookie of the Year and Defensive Rookie of the Year. So we'll start with offensive. I'm obviously going to go with my boy Kenny Pickett. The Steelers, if they're going to have a half-decent or better season, it's going to be because they get production at quarterback. And I do think Kenny Pickett will be in for the Steelers at some point this season just because so far it looks like he's playing the best in the preseason out of the 3 QBs. I don't think he'll be the day one starter, but I think once he gets in, he'll provide some kind of spark for the team. And think about Cam Newton. Got Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2011, and the team went 6-10. So, I don't think the standard's too high for a quarterback to get that award for offense. Obviously, Jamar Chase last year, I don't think any rookie's going to have that kind of year this year. Nor will any rookie have a defensive year that Micah Parsons did last year. Yeah, for offense rookie, I got Kenny Pickett. For defense rookie, I got Aiden Hutchinson for the Lions. I think he's going to be the top dog on defense amongst all the rookies.
I feel you on that, bro. For offensive rookie of the year, I'm actually going to go with the Jets running back, Breece Hall. Even though he was a second-round pick, I just feel like he's a really good player. Stepping into a Jets offense, a Jets team that was terrible last year. He's just a great piece for him. He's a good runner. He's also good catching out of the backfield. And I feel like the Jets are going to be down in a good portion of their games this year. So regardless, he'll be on the field, if not running the football, receiving. So I just feel like he'll put it all together. And I feel like he'll have a very, very solid rookie year. So I got Breece Hall actually as my pick for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Did you do defensive?
Defense, yeah. I'm going with Travon Walker for the Jaguars. I feel like Josh Allen on the other side, he's a beast. And the Jaguars defensive line, I know the overall team, people might not be high on them, but I feel like they'll be definitely an improved team this year with better coaching, better system in place around Trevor Lawrence. But speaking on their defensive side of the football, I feel like Travon Walker, with Josh Allen there to help him out, I feel like he can definitely be that defensive rookie of the year. And my dark horse would be Sauce Gardner, the Jets corner.
I'm going to keep up the theme with the Jets here. I'm going to pick Garrett Wilson for offensive rookie of the year. I do like the Jets' overall direction. They got a lot of young guys. A lot of people believe in Zach Wilson. I haven't seen too much of him, but seems like he's a young and up-and-coming player. So I think that there's definitely a opportunity for Garrett Wilson to come in and be a number one receiver with the Jets. And for defensive Rookie of the year, I'm gonna go Aiden Hutchinson as well with Bennett. I just think that he's in a pretty good position, and obviously a impact player on that side of the field. So I think that I'm gonna rock with Aiden Hutchinson.
Donald definitely makes a good point about Trayvon Walker, although I feel like you said, there's other stars on that defense that's gonna give more shine to Aiden Hutchinson. Next we got Defensive Player of the Year. You all won't be surprised who I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with TJ Watt again. He's in the conversation every year, as is Aaron Donald, but I think the NFL is finally tired of giving the award to Aaron Donald, and JJ Watt won it 3 times, so why can't TJ win it at least twice? I'm sure guys like Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, Nick Bosa are all going to be in the conversation just because, it's a pass rusher award, kind of like how NFL MVP is almost always a QB award. I feel like Defensive Player of the Year is always like, it rarely is a member of the secondary unless you go back to like Ed Reed and Troy Polamalu days, but it's usually like a pass rusher of some sort or a very stout defensive lineman, and I think it's going to be TJ Watt again.
I can't really argue with that. At first, I was going to go with Myles Garrett, but after seeing the Deshaun Watson suspension and everything like that, I feel like Myles Garrett getting the award is definitely dependent on how Cleveland ends their season. So if they finish like in good standing, they make the playoffs, I feel like it's Myles Garrett's to lose. But if not, I'm actually going to go with Nick Bosa. His first year coming off the ACL injury, he had 16 sacks last year, and he's only going to get better. The 49ers have a really solid defense, and they always found a way to improve their defensive line as well. So it's hard to go against Nick Bosa, so I'm just going to go with Nick Bosa here because I know the NFL's tired of giving it to Aaron Donald.
I'm going to go with TJ Watt here. I do think that's a pretty good pick. I think Bennett's playing it very safe here, picking all Steelers players for these awards here. But I like TJ Watt, but I do have a sneaky pick in Micah Parsons. I do wish he would play a little bit inside, be a little bit more of a pass rusher, so I think maybe he won't get the, award until he's kind of moved into like his main position. But I think until then, it's probably TJ Watt's to lose. TJ Watt is an absolute beast. And especially with the Steelers offense not being all that this year, I think that they're really going to rely a lot on their defense, rely heavy on their defense. So I got TJ Watt.
And a piggyback off of that, a crazy thing I just thought of was the Steelers played a preseason game the other night against the Jaguars, and TJ Watt I think played like 2 possessions on defense, and the second play he got a sack in it. And this man got 22 and a half sacks last year to tie the all-time single season record. He only needs 15. I think it's 15 more to be the all-time Steeler leading sacker. Like, this is the Steelers, a team that's historically made off of defense, and this guy, assuming he plays almost all games this year, he's going to become the all-time Steeler leading sacker in 6 years in the NFL. Like, that's
insane.
That's an insane accolade right there. And I think, with that inspiration and like what you guys said about the offense, being the problem still in Pittsburgh and the defense needing to run the team, I think he's going to make it his sole mission to be that guy again this year, which will help him become Defensive Player of the Year again. So that's why I'm going with it. Offensive Player of the Year, I think it's going to be Jamar Chase. I really do.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't be upset with that. I was actually going to go with his teammate from college. I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson. I feel like his 3rd year in the league, his first 2 years, it's like he's gotten better each year. I feel like that 3rd year is where he's certified unstoppable after this year. People are just going to just figure it out for themselves. That's all I can really say. Justin Jefferson is going to be Offensive Player of the Year. I feel like with the new offensive system they're bringing in with Kevin O'Connell, the former Rams offensive coordinator, he's going to find ways to get his playmakers open and get them the ball. And I just feel like Justin Jefferson is going to have an insane year. And I actually got the Vikings making the playoffs too. So I think it's going to be Justin.
I should have gone with Justin Jefferson, but I'll keep my pick because I'm not going to copy you. But that honestly probably is what's going to happen.
And I promised my pick was Justin Jefferson before Donald said anything. Justin Jefferson is definitely a good pick. I think he had a really good season last year, hoping I get him in fantasy this year. He was a beast last year, and I think he's only going to get better this year. Hopefully Kirk Cousins can get the ball to him. And Justin Jefferson for Offensive Player of the Year. And
the next award is NFL Coach of the Year. And staying with the Vikings here, I'm going to go with Kevin O'Connell to win NFL Coach of the Year this year because I feel like the Vikings, for only the 2nd time under Kirk Cousins, are going to make the playoffs. this year because the change in coach is going to make them more offensively innovative, and I think that's what it's going to take for them to become a playoff team. I think they'll be a wild card, but I think due to the fact they haven't made the playoffs in a while, their coach is going to get credit for turning their team around and get NFL Coach of the Year. So Kevin O'Connell is my pick for that.
I honestly don't disagree with that. That's a very nice choice. I feel like this pick I'm about to say may be terrible, but I feel like with the roster they have, he should be Coach of the Year. I'll take Brandon Staley, the coach of the Chargers. They just built such a roster out there. It's his award to lose, I feel like, because with the Chargers roster and their schedule as well outside of their division, I feel like they're set up to make some noise and kind of get themselves in good position for the playoffs. So I feel like it's his award to lose. I can see the Chargers winning between 10 to 12 games this year, but that's going to be my pick for Coach of the Year. And I feel like it's all going to ride on Justin Herbert pause anyway. So, yeah, that's my pick.
Coach of the Year, I'm stuck between two guys, so honestly, I'm just going to pick both. The Raiders head coach, Josh McDaniels, I think that he has a pretty good chance to win Coach of the Year this year. They have a much improved roster, bringing in Devontae Adams, probably the best receiver in the league. And of course they have Derek Carr back there, being a quarterback. So I think that they have a really good chance. And especially if they can do well in their division, I think that'll be impressive to see. And my second pick is going to be Sean McDermott of the Bills. I do like what the Bills have on paper this year. I love actually what they have on paper. I think Stephon Diggs can have some room for improvement. I think last season he wasn't really as good as I thought he would be. But I think going forward he has a lot to prove. PG County guy, so I'm sure he was in the lab a lot this season. This offseason and working on his game. And I hope to see good things from the Bills this year. So those are my two picks for Coach of the Year.
And finally, the award everyone wants to hear. 2022 league MVP. And staying on subject with the Bills, I'm going to pick Josh Allen to be this year's league MVP. Kind of like what Mitch just said. I think the Bills have the arsenal, especially on offense. They're obviously a good defensive team as well, but they have pretty much it all on offense to put a great season together, to score a lot of points, to be a force to be reckoned with. And they're going to be engineered by no other than their quarterback, Josh Allen. And the way he finished last season, if you look at the last 4 games of the season, including the playoff games, he really looked like the dominant player that the NFL was going to see for the next generation. It'll be up, I think, in a couple of years from now, Patrick Mahomes and him will probably be running the league. But I think Josh Allen, it's his award to lose, certainly for this year. And as long as they don't have a couple of hiccups like they did last year that kept them from being a higher seed, I think they could potentially be the best team in the league this year. And if that's the case, or if they're damn near one of the best teams in the league, I think Josh Allen's going to be the guy to receive that award.
Yeah, you're not going to get an argument from me on that one. Josh Allen, that's my pick as well. I feel like he's just going to have a crazy year. I feel like this year is just set up for Buffalo.
Absolutely.
Everything's in place for them. They made great offseason additions on offense and defense. They even made some great picks in the draft as well. They're getting Tre'Davious White back from injury. This is just Josh Allen's year to just take over. So I like Josh Allen too for the MVP.
Wow, we're all in agreement. Josh Allen for MVP. That's insane. I want to say I was first on the Bills bandwagon by saying that their coach is going to get Coach of the Year, which I think they're going to have a pretty good record. I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And Josh Allen proved to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league last year. I think he actually played in probably what was the best game last year. I think it was that Chiefs and Bills at the end of the
playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that was the best game of the year, and then he showed up and showed out. So I think that he has a lot of good momentum coming into this year, and like I said, I think Stephon Diggs kind of is really going to be motivated this year, and I think the whole team as a whole is just going to be motivated. So yeah, I like Josh Allen for MVP as well.
Especially now that Gabriel Davis and him are starting to develop that rapport. He already has it with Stephon Diggs. They're going to be a dangerous team. And they drafted Dalvin Cook's brother too, so he'll finally have a running back that may be worth a damn. Obviously, we don't know yet because he hasn't played in the NFL yet, but I think it's definitely going to be an addition to their team. So it seems like we're unanimous with Josh Allen. And I guess that does it for the awards right here. We'll see how many we're right about.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's going to do it for the award show edition of the Got Next podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that type of stuff, and we'll catch y'all next week.
Yes, sir.